Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Julie, also known as Crazy Clean Mama. First, I want to say Happy Hmong New Year! If you haven't yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button because I have a lot of great content planned for 2022. If you're wondering what I'm wearing today, well, I'm dressed up in Hmong clothes for the occasion of the Hmong New Year. Thanksgiving or mid-November is usually around the time when we celebrate the New Year, and it's one of few occasions that we dress up in our traditional clothes. Now, if you're wondering if you've ever heard of Hmong people before, well, I love it now that I can just say, hey, do you know Suni Lee? Yeah, I know Suni Lee. She's the first Asian American to win an Olympic gold medal in the women's all-around gymnastics. Well, Suni is Hmong, just like me. And because it's Thanksgiving, I really wanted to do this video on a blogger that I am thankful for, whom helped me when I was coping with infertility. A complete stranger who will probably likely never ever see this video, but that's okay because I think she has some great resources and I love sharing great resources with my family and subscribers. Her name is Anna and she runs the blog tomakeamommy.com. This blog is what inspired me to create my very first video here on this channel. Her blog is about living a cleaner, healthier lifestyle, and she was able to overcome several medical issues that was stopping her from getting pregnant by taking control of her own life and doing her own research to minimize toxins. And within 3 months or so, she was pregnant naturally with her first kid. Before I came her blog though, I had just started eating cleaner. I believed in eating organic whole foods. I used to be one of those people who would walk right by the small organic section of a grocery store and think to myself, what crazy person would pay a couple dollars more for an organic item when they can get the same non-organic item just a couple steps away? Well, now I am that crazy person. Like, I finally get it. We are living in a very much human manipulated world, resulting in things like our foods no longer being natural. Imagine all of those chemicals you're eating. It's so scary. And when I came across tomakeamommy.com, it opened my eyes even bigger, way beyond food, to a world filled with human-created toxins put into the everyday products that we use. I am so grateful I came across her blog at a time when I needed it the most too. I had been dealing with infertility for about 2 years, so I was feeling very frustrated and depressed. I had to shut down my Facebook for a little while because it was very difficult watching all of these pregnancy announcements on my newsfeed. It just felt like everybody and their mother was getting pregnant except for me. And I also felt guilty for having these feelings towards my friends when they were experiencing something so wonderful. And so I had to shut down my Facebook just to get away from all of that. But her blog was able to get me out of that darkness and made me feel in control of my life. I started feeling more optimistic than pessimistic. Now, instead of hiding away from all of these baby-related stuff, I actually started surrounding myself with baby-related stuff. I started believing in the law of attraction and manifesting what you want. So let me go ahead and jump to my top 5 favorite things that I learned from her blog. 1. Develop a gratitude practice for fertility. In that blog post, she talks about 5 ways to practice gratitude to enhance fertility. This is where I started a gratitude journal. I started writing in a journal every single day, and I would just list like 3 to 5 things that I was grateful for that day. For example, if I got my period, like normally I would have been so upset and disappointed, but now I looked at it in a positive light. I would say, I am grateful that I got my period, and that means that I am fertile. Writing a gratitude journal helped me remain positive, and it was also a great reminder of all of the other blessings in my life. I like how she wrote here, when we practice gratitude, we become more aware of our blessings and less aware of our despair. We are telling the universe, I am happy, I am blessed, I am ready. My next favorite blog post that she wrote about is called Fertility Affirmations and Mantras. Anna created these mantras as a way to help her maintain positive. She gives you several ideas on how to use affirmations. So what I did was every day in my journal, I would write positive fertility affirmations, and it was really a great way to keep me positive, and that's kind of where I started becoming even more optimistic and a much happier person. The next blog post that she wrote about that really changed my life was about her skincare and makeup routine. She opened my eyes to all of the dirty ingredients found in makeup. I ended up cleaning out my stash, threw away about 20 pounds of makeup, and it was so rejuvenating to start brand new. I was using makeup that contained parabens, phthalates, etc. And these were staple items too that I was using every single day. So my vanity pretty much had a complete makeover, and it was such a great feeling. I learned about the beauty brand Beauty Counter from her, and she is a beauty consultant for Beauty Counter. It wasn't even until a couple months later that I bought something from Beauty Counter, but I wanted to make sure that she got credit for it. Like, I wanted to make sure that she got my commission, even though I never used her as a consultant. Not at all. She doesn't even know I exist, except for the fact that I do sign up for her regular newsletters via email. It just felt so good to give back in this way, even though she never knew what an impact she had on my life. I just felt good inside to know that I was giving back in some way. And I've never purposely wanted to give back to a stranger that way before, and so that was a really nice feeling. My next favorite thing that she wrote about is called 5 Tips for Non-Toxic House Cleaning for Fertility. All 5 tips are great, but I especially like the part where she said, use household cleaners that are free of fertility-harming toxins. Like, it hadn't really occurred to me to think about my cleaning supplies. Many of them had synthetic fragrance too. So I ended up throwing away lots of cleaning agents that were toxic and started over. Now I use only natural cleaning agents, and the one that I use every day is really just vinegar water. And the next favorite topic that I learned from her is to get a water filter. It is also on her list of top 10 things to do to overcome fertility naturally. I went out and bought the exact same water filter as her, and I started minimizing drinking out of a water bottle. And I think we've all heard of BPA before, being in plastic bottles, that it's a toxic chemical no one should be drinking. Well, city water also contains a lot of other toxic things that we should not be drinking. Most city water, for example, contain fluoride. And this water filter that I got filters out fluoride. Today, when I'm mixing my baby's formula milk, I only use filtered sink water. I never use unfiltered sink water, and I never buy the bottled plastic ones from the store because most of those contain fluoride. I can make probably an entire video just on why you should not be using fluoride or drinking fluoride in your water or feeding that to your baby. Fluoride is a mineral meant to prevent cavities. Your baby has no teeth, and your baby should not be eating any sugar yet. So there's no reason for you to be feeding your baby water with fluoride. I could go on about it, but perhaps I can dedicate a future video all about why you should avoid fluoride for yourself and for your baby. Those were my top 5 things I learned from my favorite blogger, Anna of tomakeamommy.com. I know her blog is written specifically for fertility, but everything that she writes on her blog and everything that I just mentioned can be related to your general health. Even if you're not trying for a baby, they're all good practices. If there are toxins harming our fertility, imagine what it's doing to our overall health. And if you are trying for a baby and have been struggling, I recommend using tomakeamommy.com as a resource, and I wish you lots of luck and blessings on your journey. Thank you so much for watching this video. I would love to hear your thoughts below. Please comment and remember to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!